Hey guys, Chad here with Apex Reviews. Today I just want to do a quick ride along in my 2018 Toyota 4Runner. I'll list the modifications to the 4Runner right here at the bottom. And really the main purpose here is just to show you guys the improvements in drivability, acceleration, and things in that nature with the Vivid Racing tune that was installed a couple thousand miles ago. So if you own a 5th gen, you definitely know that, while they're adequately powered, they could use a little bit more. And we'd all love a Magnuson supercharger, but 6K is not quite a justifiable cost for everybody. So I didn't think it needed quite that much. I just wanted a little extra oomph per se, and I really think this tune did it for me. Elevation's about 600 feet here in Michigan. We're pretty flat land. We're flatlanders basically. So I'm not fighting with hills out in Colorado or those high elevations, really, removing that air density that really your engines begin starving, at those elevations. So if you're in a flatter environment and your elevation's not too high, I think this might be a great remedy for folks that are looking for that. So speed limits here are 75 miles per hour on the interstates I drive on. And the average speed is kind of moved up to 80 or 85 on the morning commute. And with this truck, or this 4Runner, it was a little difficult to maintain overdrive at those speeds. So that tune was really put in place just to help kind of increase that drivability, help me maintain 5th gear, and not really have to rev the piss out of the engine too much when I'm accelerating or merging into traffic, when in a tight space. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to keep comments to a minimum as we go through the driving experience here. And just keep an eye on the tach, keep an eye on the speedometer. I'll keep the speed in that center cluster there just so you guys can see kind of what's taking place. I will announce fuel economy as I reset the meter at certain speeds and try to just show you guys part throttle applications. I will indicate full throttle, part throttle, or whatever else, just so you guys can know what I'm doing with my accelerator pedal. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I'll be making a small edit to the video to really bring down the brightness that's coming through this windshield, so that applies as a mask over the footage. So as I look left or right through the tinted side windows, you may see the environment look darker than it really would truly be. So just please bear this in mind as you're watching the remainder of this video. Thank you. Part throttle. Now as we merge up here onto the expressway, I will accelerate up to 85 just so you guys can see that it holds 5th gear just fine. And it is quite windy here in Michigan today, so it's a great example. Then I'll drop the speed down to 75 so you guys can see what a kind of a typical driving experience would be. we are going 85, and as you can see, the minivan in front of me is pulling away from me. So like I said, 85 is kind of the going speed here on the expressway. And when this road's busy in the morning, it's quite, you pretty much have to go this fast not to maybe pissing people off. So let's see what kind of fuel economy we're getting here. I'll reset my meter. Obviously it's not going to be anything too stellar, but you know, let's see what we'll get. And bear in mind, this also does require premium fuel now with the tune. This is a 93 octane tune with this 4Runner, as this is our premium fuel. All is going to be 93. Obviously, if you live in an area where it's 91, you'll have to adjust per your local availability. But here at 85, I am getting 14.9 mpg, which is quite respectable. And before I get up to this Malibu, I'm going to drop it back down to our typical, you know, true speed limit here of 75 miles per hour. And I will make sure I'm matching that before I reset the fuel economy. So we are truly going 75. And I'm going to reset, and let's see what we get. Now, if we look at an average fuel economy at 80 miles per hour, it is coming in at about 16.1, and I would say 16 is probably your good average. Because I got a slight downhill chunk of road here, so 15.6. So I would say in general driving on the expressway, you know, if you're going 75, 80, you should probably see 15 and a half, 16 miles per gallon. And if you're going 55, you can definitely get in the upper teens, driving conservatively. Now, one thing I also want to comment on is anybody with a 5th gen knows that you can pretty much floor it from a start and you're not going to get wheel spin. However, with this tune, you do. So you have to watch out for that now. It's something that you've never had to worry about before, but if you really punch it from a dead dig, you will get some wheel spin. I do have 275 70R17 KO2s that have about 37,000 miles on them. So that is partially attributed to that. They're probably coming due to be replaced here in the next 5 or 10,000. But even so, with your stock street tires, perhaps you're probably going to see that same, you know, lack of traction due to that increased torque. Now that comes down to the tuning. So Vivid Racing really made an improvement in the download torque that you have, and that's really your day-to-day tuning, or your day-to-day range that you're operating in. So that 1 to 3,000 is really where you want to be. You know, some tunes are talking about the gains at 5,500, 6 grand, but that to me means nothing. I mean, you're revving the piss out of the engine at that point, and yeah, you're getting 10 horsepower, but you're also revving your engine super high. And that's not really an improvement in drivability, that's just an improvement when you're flooring it. Like, I want that improvement right now as I'm driving through town towing a trailer at 1,500 to 3,000 RPM. That's where I want my power, and that's really where Vivid Racing saw that tune really work to get their gain, and that's what we're seeing today. So as I accelerate here, I'm going to do a part throttle acceleration. I'll try to keep it beneath 3,000 RPM, but I want you guys just to see really how seamless it is accelerating. And bear in mind, I do have the TRD cold air intake, so you do have a little more induction sound compared to normal. So that was by no means a full throttle application, but the engine just pulls much smoother, it's seamless, and it's just a pleasure in that day-to-day 1 to 3,000 RPM. there really is no reason to go above, maybe 3,500 unless you are merging in a situation where, traffic is very tight and you got to take your opening, or you're merging onto a tight expressway. And even so, I mean, the power is definitely improved in those ranges, but if you're just looking for an improvement in that keyword today, which I know I've said a lot, of drivability, that's really what this comes down to. All right, guys, any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Be happy to answer them for you. I appreciate you watching, and if you're interested in future videos of the 4Runner, the Alpha Giulia, or the G8, pretty much whatever vehicles in the garage and whatever I decide to review, please feel free to click the subscribe button below, and you'll see it. Well, I guess you won't see it unless you press the bell. But subscribe if you like my stuff. If you don't. But make it a good day no matter what you choose. Take care.